Last year probably is the most ironic year. It's so ironic that saying you are positive has become so scary, and the word negative, a word we hope for. Working means staying at home, being healthy means staying away from the hospital. With all these rapid changes happening around us, how can we ensure that technology can be an ally in the new normal? We'll find out more about that later today at PLDT Enterprise's first ever industry online forum for eHealth. To start, allow me to provide you a glimpse of the landscape so we can see both the problems and the opportunities. We have seen that out of 1,400 hospitals, public and private, there are only a handful of level 3 hospitals which are capable of addressing all kinds of scenarios. 55 of those are in NCR. With this, how can we ensure that all 104 million Filipinos can access the services of such hospital? On the other hand, we also witnessed the greatest increase in mobile interaction via the internet at 173 million connections in January 2020 alone. Take note that while the physical infrastructure is limited, there is an overwhelming volume of patients that can access and use the internet. Welcome and thank you to everyone joining us here today. I hope you are all staying safe, sanitized, and practicing social distancing if needed. Truly, these times are funny and sad mixed together. No matter what industry you are in, business, education, technology, we really felt the strong and deep impact of the pandemic. One of the sectors that I would say took the biggest hit would be the healthcare sector. The harsh reality of the pandemic is that due to the high number of patients battling the virus, hospitals are also faced with problems of pushing their capacity and resources to the limits. Meanwhile, a consequence of controlling the spread of the virus is increased restriction, which then kills revenue streams. Finally, patients are left alone, and the numbers will continue to grow if industries do not respond. That is why there is a need for eHealth solutions today that can provide healthcare for all. eHealth solutions help us make sure that each Filipino who is in need of medical attention, no matter where they are, has easy access to quality healthcare services such as consulting a doctor or receiving that needed prescription, all without leaving their homes. Now, we can achieve this if we focus all our efforts in realizing these three key objectives. One, making sure that healthcare has safer and wider access. Number two, better patient outcomes. And number three, efficient and safe healthcare systems. Now, eHealth comes in with three solutions ecosystem that addresses these three pillars, namely telemedicine, hospital management system or the HMS, and the electronic medical record or your EMR. And these below are the corresponding solutions under the three major pillars of eHealth. Telemedicine is very much needed today. We need contactless provision of quality services that ensures privacy, security, and also productivity for both the expert and patient. With our eHealth telemedicine, no distance is an issue. Through telemedicine, professionals and institutions can connect and collaborate with patients whenever or wherever. This includes the ability to issue electronic prescription, able to get online payments using the same platform, and more important, compliance to government and industry standards. Some of the features of the application are hospital or clinic calendar access. Of course, with this access, you will be able to do advanced booking or scheduling in advance. Also provided are advanced notification for queuing management. You can be reminded whenever you want it to be reminded. There's also online payment availability, digital laboratory referrals and the like, and of course, collaboration between peers. Tougher times require unbreakable resolve to ensure success. This is why the industry needs eHealth telemedicine today. Number one, this solution takes care of both the practice and the business, allows you to monitor and get reports of your business in terms of transaction history and the details of it. Second, it's also very important that while we introduce the new normal, we should also make it easier, more convenient, as this solution introduces a new world of convenience and efficiency to both expert and patient that crosses the geographical boundaries. And lastly, also very important, compliance to standard. It's also very important that we secure personal information being used during the consultation and can only be accessed by authorized persons. Here at PLDT Enterprise, you can access telemedicine through our recently launched partnership with CiaDoc and the rest of the solutions under ePLDT Smart and PLDT Enterprise. Let's make our capabilities future positive. Contact your PLDT RMs and AMs now. Now, to further understand what CiaDoc can do for us, I have it installed in my smartphone, so I can show it to you guys. Okay, so right now I'm gonna take my phone. I'm gonna open the application. So right away, so you're gonna see the home page. We're in, of course, since blanco pa, there's no notifications. You can see. Unless there are notifications, you would see right away. So I'm gonna go to the profile to the lower right. So in this particular area, you will see your profile. Now, since there's no profile yet, I haven't registered, so we won't see anything. But there you have it. So there's a bunch of useful items listed. If you want to go to notifications, if you wanted to see your settings, your credit points, of course, you have e-wallet. Now I'm gonna go to my particular office. I'm pretending to be a doctor. So the name of the office is PLDT Clinic under PLDT Hospital. I'm gonna click right to hospital. So right away, it's very convenient. You can see appointments. You can see patients. You can see any feedback coming from your patients or your set of availability. So for appointments, for example, if I'm gonna click an appointment, of course, there's no upcoming appointment, but I can view also the past. So for example, for a patient, there's Molly and Lorenzo. This is approved. If I wanted to click this particular appointment, so right away you can see the profile of the patient. So there's patient record, and then there's other details you can see. So right away you can cancel the appointment or reschedule if it's ahead of time. So I'm gonna exit. So again, if the patient is requesting for an appointment, you can see it in the notifications. So for patients, you can also see the encountered patients. So here with Molly, I can see appointment history, video call log. So this is very useful for doctors and practitioners. So going back, so I can also check for appointments. So right away, you can view your calendar and you can see all the appointments upcoming. So you can play around, you can check. Again, going back to clinics. So I'm gonna click PLDT. So there's a plethora of very helpful tools you can play around and you can use. Again, your patients can see whatever it is that you are writing in your profile. So for example, in practitioner info, so you can write and confirm everything that is needed to be known about you as a doctor or as a licensed practitioner. So without any fuss, this is a very simple solution, very helpful, very straight to the point, easy to navigate. So lastly, I wanted to show you this particular capability for the teleconsult. So let's assume that this is still an upcoming schedule. You will see right away from Molly. So you can view. So right away, there will be a button to your lower right to right away proceed to the call if this is ahead of time. But since this is past, this is recorded already. So this is a very simple solution, but this solution answers today's problem for the healthcare. So I'm going back now to the homepage. So it's very simple. At a glance, it provides everything that you need to know: the upcoming schedule, incoming schedule, any notification. You could view the patient's history, and as well every document the doctors or any doctors in your hospital are putting in the profile of your patient. So once again, I invite everyone watching this particular presentation to consider enabling your hospital, enabling your practice to be able to reach your customer regardless of time and distance. So I'm stopping the recording now. So there you have it. So if you have more question or any ideas you'd like to try, please contact your RM, your AM. They are waiting for you as we speak.